Hi guys, I'm going to teach this lesson through a video of what I want you to learn. There are many cool reasons why this way of teaching can really help you learn the lesson. One is that you can play, pause, and replay all or parts as you need to. While you're taking notes, if you miss something I say, simply replay that part. Again, pause or replay as often as you like to ensure that you understand the lesson. Tomorrow in class, we will be starting an assignment in rock classification, and you will need to be familiar with the information I'm going to share with you in this video. Before I begin, make sure you are in a quiet study area, have a sharpened pencil, and your science notebook open to a new page so you are prepared to take notes. The heading on your note page should say, Classifying Rocks. Alrighty, let's get started. The lesson is based on answering the essential question, how are rocks classified? The answer and big idea is rocks are classified by how they are formed. In order to better understand how rocks are classified, we're going to focus on how the rocks are formed by looking at the layers of the earth and the rock cycle. We'll also be looking at the three types of rocks. Geologists are scientists who study rocks and minerals. Some geologists specialize in studying historical rocks and group them on the basis of how they are formed. These three broad, sometimes overlapping categories of rocks are sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic. We will take a closer look at the Earth's layers and the rock cycle to better understand these three categories of rocks. Understanding the layers of the Earth is important to understanding how rocks are formed. Let's take a look at the layers of our Earth. I'll start with the outermost layer and work into the Earth's core. The outermost layer of the Earth is called the crust. It is 4 to 25 kilometers thick and is what we are familiar with because we live on the crust. The crust is what makes up our mountains and other landforms. We often refer to it as dirt. The layer under the crust is called the mantle. The mantle is made of hot, melted rock similar to gooey taffy called magma. It is 1,800 to 2,700 kilometers thick. The next layer is the outer core. It is made of melted liquid metal. As you can see, the temperature as we go towards the center of the Earth continues to increase and get hotter and hotter. The center layer of our Earth is called the inner core. It is a solid ball of metal and is larger than the moon. Now that you know what is inside the Earth, let's look at how this relates to how rocks are formed. In this picture of the Earth's layers, you can see a volcano landform on the crust. Igneous rocks are created by magma, or melted molten rock in the mantle layer, in two ways. When magma erupts through a volcano, it reaches the surface. It is called lava. Lava cools quickly to form igneous rocks on the Earth's surface. Some igneous rocks formed this way have small crystals. Rocks from volcanoes don't always look the same. Some look like glass. They are smooth. This is because they cooled fast. Other rocks formed from volcanoes cooled slowly. Gas bubbled out, causing small holes to form. Their surface is often rough. Volcanoes often erupt more than once. As soon as the lava starts to harden, more lava lands on top of it. Rocks formed this way have bands or streaks in them. Pumice is an igneous rock that is rough. As lava cooled, gas bubbled out, causing the small holes to form. Basalt is a type of rock that forms when lava cools quickly. Some igneous rocks are made below the Earth's surface. Magma below the Earth's surface cools very slowly. Magma forms igneous rocks with large crystals. Granite is an igneous rock that is formed this way. It does not form from cooled lava. It forms when magma cools slowly under the Earth's surface. Granite has large crystals and is very hard. Rocks on the surface of the Earth are exposed to weather, rain, snow, hail, wind, and many other weather conditions. Weathering is the breaking down of rocks into smaller pieces or sediments. Sediments are made of soil, shells, small pieces of rock, clay, sand, mud, and dead plant and animal matter. Water, wind, ice, gravity can move sediments from one place to another. Sediments settle and gather at the bottoms of rivers, lakes, and oceans. Sedimentary rocks form when layers of sediments settle on top of each other. The weight of the layers pushes the sediments together. Sticky clay minerals also hold the sediments together. The layers gradually get harder and form rocks. The layers on top are usually the newest, and the layers on the bottom are the oldest. This means that fossils in a lower layer of rock are older than fossils in the higher layers. Sedimentary rocks are usually relatively soft and have layers. They are made of different sediments. Limestone is a type of sedimentary rock. It is made of the layers of sediments of shells and of tiny sea animals that lived long ago. Limestone is often used on the front of buildings because it is a beautiful stone. Shale is another type of sedimentary rock formed from layers of sediments. It is very hot inside the earth. There is also a lot of pressure. The weight of rocks above squeeze and press on the rocks below. The heat and pressure together can change the properties of rocks. When this happens, it makes metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks can be made from sedimentary rocks, igneous rocks, or other metamorphic rocks. The key to remembering metamorphic rocks is that they are formed or morphed or changed during this process. The heat and pressure can change the crystals in a rock. Crystals can be a different size or shape. Sometimes they form new minerals. Metamorphic rocks are usually hard. They can break into flat sheets or slabs. Gneiss is a type of metamorphic rock that has layers. Many of you have seen marble on a kitchen counter or maybe the base of a trophy. Marble is another type of metamorphic rock. Let's stop and take another look at the rock cycle for better understanding of rock formation. Again, the way a rock is formed helps scientists classify what type of rock it is. The rock cycle simplified is presented here. Igneous rocks are formed from cooled magma or lava. Sedimentary rocks are formed by the weight and pressure of layers of sediments over time. Metamorphic rocks are made from both igneous and sedimentary rocks. As a result of the heavy weight of already formed rocks, the rocks sink closer to the mantle layer of the earth, and with heat and pressure they turn into metamorphic rocks. As metamorphic rocks sink deeper into the earth's layers, they melt and the mantle become magma and either cool or erupt as lava to form igneous rocks. As all three types of rocks are exposed to rain, wind, snow, and other types of weather, they are broken into smaller pieces called sediments. Sediments are carried by water and deposited into layers in rivers, lakes, and oceans. All three types of rocks create sedimentary rocks. Here's a tree map that further helps us understand rock classification. Igneous rocks are from cooled lava and magma. Sedimentary rocks are formed by layers of sediments sticking together over time. And metamorphic rocks are formed inside the earth from heat and pressure that squeeze and change rocks. Now go back and review this presentation as needed. Write down any questions that you have, and please be prepared to put this knowledge to use in the science lab.